All-star tower defense. It used to be so simple. Waiting on the infamous bridge to see the next banner, or preparing for the new unit that just got teased in game announcements, or even the patch notes at the start of every maintenance. Now that was peak ASTD. Now we have update tomorrow, maybe, probably, or it's still Friday in Hawaii, guys. Yeah, this game is completely different now. Don't get me wrong, the game has had a handful of fire updates, but it gradually became worse and worse as each update came around. For example, devs adding terrible features like battle road raids, Blackbeard slow not being permanent anymore, or even World 3, and please don't get me started on World 3. Or maybe they weren't terrible features, well, except for this one. Maybe the devs were just terribly executing them, or maybe they rushed those features into an update because of how often they actually work on the game. And that brings us to our first huge problem: how lazy the devs have gotten. ASTD is a pretty simple concept of a game. The main goal is to aim for a certain unit, whether it's through trading or summoning for a unit that may have an evolution. You then use that unit to grind or dominate whatever mode you choose to play. Then you wait weeks for the next update, just for the next update to be slightly different from the previous update. Now, before I explain the obvious problem with that, let's talk about the contributors and developers versus style, comparing what they actually contribute to the game. First, we have the contributors who make the attack effects for all the units in the game, which 90% of the players don't even see anyways because yeah. They also make blessings, ability effects, and even brand new maps for the game. There's also stat contributors who make up numbers to ensure the new units can perform or be better than the current meta, which I will admit I'm a part of that team. But since it's not much compared to the regular contributors, we'll just combine the two in the same category. Then you got the main developers who, oh yeah, they add what the contributors made? Yeah, that's about it. Nah, guys, I'm kidding. The main devs add things like raids, dungeons, and codes that give currency. But the things I just mentioned are realistically just copied and pasted from the previous update. It's nothing like how it was before, where there would actually be something unique basically every single update. For example, Challenge 1 where you could only use Demon Slayer units, or so I thought. And then there's Challenge 2 where you could only use Elemental units. And then there's Challenge 3 where you could only use Bleach units. So this brings us to the question: what exactly do the devs do for the game that forces the players to wait so long for such a bare minimum and rushed update? Now, I don't want this to be a video completely slandering the devs on how lazy they are, so let's give them some points on why they may delay so often. I mean, there's two reasons. Like, they have their own lives outside of working on ASTD, and as a dev, sometimes you want to reward yourself with all the earnings you've made from your game. Just like take a vacation sometime. There's probably more reasons than that, but that's just the most logical ones I can think of right now. But seriously, how hard could it be to change an orb drop rate percentage? Geez, say that 5 times fast. To the point where you have to make a mini update rather than just hot fixing it into the game. Maybe it's just another mini update excuse so they can delay the actual update even further. They have a history for doing that, by the way. Guys, you cannot make this up. As I'm editing this video, Fruit announces a mini update tomorrow afternoon. Who knows what it's gonna be? And let future me tell you, it was a Bakugan event. Yes, a Bakugan event. No new units. I mean, they updated the Frieza models. I don't know what we were supposed to do with that. They extended the Star Pass for another 300 hours. Yeah, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this game. Speaking of laziness, let's talk about the heavy lack of content. You would think these updates they delay for weeks would have some groundbreaking changes, but nope. It's just different units with different numbers. Well, except for this guy, he was actually unique. I'll give them that. No new events, no more unique raids, all just additions that are copied and pasted from the previous updates. You guys remember when the best feature in the game was added to ASTD? And no, I'm not talking about Ice Spice. I'm talking about 3 times speed. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me when I say this was the best feature ever added to this game. Just imagine how long an infinite game would take nowadays without 3 times speed. I mean, it takes approximately an hour with 3 times speed, so you can do the math. But the point here I'm trying to make is, what happened to the content? Seriously, they need to bring back the old content. Like, that's what we really love. That was peak ASTD. Now there's practically nothing new, and when there is a game mode added, it's usually super rushed. Or if a new feature is added, it probably doesn't even work in the first place. I was gonna make a dedicated portion of this video to all the bugs in the game, but that would add like 10 minutes to the video. So here's my list of bugs and changes from back in April.
But what the hell?
Yeah, the current state of the game is like really bad. Let's name some more important problems. For example, leaderboard units. We've had the same leaderboard units and maps for way too long. The devs should start replacing all leaderboards at least every year or so, because only half of them got replaced. The other half we just have the same old, and they still have no blessing. There was going to be some cool changes to leaderboard that I can't talk about, but instead we got this disaster of a leaderboard change. Lately, the game feels like they pay more attention to money than the actual gameplay itself. Like, just look at this. The shop UI is the best UI in the game, and it's not even close. Like, look how animated this is. It's such a creative way to say, give me all of your money for these terrible prices. With the logic of the Stardust pricing, completing tower mode saves you approximately 10,000 Robux. It's literally $10 for 2 Stardust banner multis, and normally it takes you average 15 multis to get the unit you want. So you tell me if that's worth over $100. I understand the devs need to make money, but I wouldn't even consider buying any of this currency as a regular player. I could make a whole list of changes the game needs, but it's not like the developers will listen anyways. But in case they do and happen to watch this video, let's close this out with some solutions. Okay, I literally recorded a whole portion for the solutions part, but it came out to like 20 minutes long. I'm not even joking. So I'm just gonna give the list right here. It's on screen right now. I feel like these are all the things, the main things that should be added to the game or should be fixed. And secondly, I recommend actually preparing an update before giving an announcement time, because it's no secret that the devs add a ton of things last minute and never have a full update ready to be published when they announce something. Literally every single time they announce an update, it's delayed. Like, it's expected in the community at this point, just a delay. And there's an ongoing joke about Hawaii, and you guys know. But yeah, with all that being said, I will continue trying my best to upload ASTD content, even though it's going way downhill right now because, well, what this video is basically about. It's the main way for me to provide for myself and my family. So in no way do I hate this game or the devs. Like, I love this game. I've been playing this game since the release almost. I haven't always been making content, but I've been around since the beginning, trust me. Hopefully the developers don't take this the wrong way, and hopefully they can save ASTD after watching this video. I love all of my supporters, and thank you guys for watching. This video took so long, but I really needed to get it out because this video is what's needed to save ASTD. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.